Well, you're very much aware, and you talk to your offensive team, and especially your quarterback, about trying not to give the opponent a short field. Because if you don't give them a short field, the way our defense is playing right now, it's gonna be hard for them to score. And so yes, you are aware of it, and it does affect a little bit of your mentality, especially as the game goes on.
What did Missouri's defense allow y'all to do? It seemed like you went downfield more, y'all opened it up, and then Coach Brown said y'all even held some things back you didn't have to show yet.
Well, Missouri came into the game with the idea they were going to blitz a lot, especially in the middle of the formation. A lot of cross blitzes with their linebackers, a lot of line stunts, and it allowed us a bunch of quick throws on the outside, which gave us some one-on-one opportunities. And then, playing with a tight end more the last couple of weeks, it allowed us to get back into a lot of the play action. The touchdown pass to John Childs was on a play action pass. The opening play of the game to Jordan was off a play action. So, but that's basically what they came in with the idea. They had blitzed 27% of the time. I think they blitzed us about 40% of the time in the game. Mainly run blitzes, a lot of run blitzes up inside. So it allowed us to get some one-on-one looks.
So pretty different compared to Oklahoma State's defense. They don't blitz as much.
Oklahoma State's defense structurally is very similar. They blitz about 27% of the time. I hate giving you all those numbers because it seems like they never follow, but that's what we've got, this season, and a little more three-down package out of Oklahoma State. On normal down and distance, everybody carries some of it, but they do a little bit more of it than everybody else. They'll cover everybody up and play man-to-man. So it's Bill Young has been doing it a long time. Got great respect for what he's done. Remember him when he was at Kansas. So they'll be very well coached. They play hard. A lot of good players. I think Paris Cox played against Major. I mean, he seems like he's been there forever. And so he's back in the secondary. Certainly one of the top corners in the league, if not the country. Swanson Miller is a defensive tackle, is really a good football player. Andre Sexton is an outside linebacker. They use him to cover slots, and he's a guy they're not afraid to play man with. So a talented group, well coached, and play hard.
Coach, can you talk about just the maybe getting back to the slot and also adding Max and what that was able to give you guys towards the run?
The second part, I got Jordan back to the slot.
I'm sorry. My ears are stopped up. You moved Jordan back to the slot, and then also with adding a little tight end, I guess. What did that do as far as opening up the field, or maybe just giving you more time?
Yeah. Moving Jordan back to the slot is something he had done some as we'd been playing. He played more there in this ball game than he has in any other ball game, and yet he still caught a touchdown pass as a single receiver. So we'll continue to move him around. It makes it a little bit harder for people to find him, but he is a natural slot receiver. Our slot receivers have much more flexibility in the routes they run and the way they run their routes than the outside receivers. And Colt is very comfortable with him there. So, and then using a tight end again has just allowed us to be more flexible in the run game. It's allowed us to delve back into more play-action pass game. Greg Smith was playing well for us there. So, the combination of those two, I thought Malcolm did a good job for us at the split-end position. I was pleased with Marquise. I was also pleased that John Childs came back. Thought he probably had his best game. And we consider all those guys, John and Kirkendall, as to be starters. And I was really pleased with the way they all jumped in and played in the ballgame.
I know this is a change for
Follow up. Ladies first.
Do you feel like you're able to quell the blitz at least a little bit more this week?
Well, no matter what your formation is, they can choose to blitz. And but with a tight end, you pick up one more protector if you want to. Your movement game with your quarterback is a little bit better in terms of sprinting out or play action and sliding the pocket. So that does give you more flexibility against blitz.
I noticed I forgot what I was going to ask. No.
My mom would say wasn't very important to him.
I know this has changed a lot during the year, and Coach Denver, are you comfortable with where the Fozzie Cody situation is, that you have the two established guys now? It seems like maybe it's going to stay that way for a little while.
Well, both of those guys played well, and they, as we said earlier in the year, we're looking for somebody to step up, and they've kind of stepped forward right now, and they'll be the two that will rotate in. We'll continue to feature Cody in short yardage situations, but also in the normal flow of things. And then Vondrell came in, did a couple of good things. But those two guys are a little bit ahead right now, and that will be the rotation until something changes.
How much do you think Colt needed that game and just giving him that confidence for the rest of the year?
Well, he's a really confident player, and he when you've played as long as he has. But even having said that, those games are fun, and those games are. I thought he had his best game. I think he was named Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week, so he played really sharp and was on top of things, and he really did some things. The touchdown pass to John Charles is. That ball never goes there. I mean, it's just one of those deals. John basically was a clear-out guy, but John ran his route extremely well. Colt had time to look through the entire field and found him. So I thought he played with a lot of poise and played within himself.
Coach talked about, after that game, I heard him talk about how he wasn't sick, he wasn't injured, he felt healthy. Is that a scary thing for Oklahoma State defense? They're good in some areas, but in the pass defense, they're like 106. So that's a scary thing about healthy confidence.
Well, sometimes those numbers are misleading because if you they've been ahead in a lot of ball games, and when you get ahead, you get more passes. They played University of Houston, who throws it, a great deal and extremely well. So, don't put a whole lot of stock in those numbers. But yeah, I do think Colt was totally healthy. Obviously, had no effects of the thumb that he hit in the ball game against Oklahoma. So, it'll be a challenging night in Stillwater.
Coach, you mentioned John's performance at receiver. Talk about how important you feel like that was. Like you said, the touchdown play was big. Is that something where a guy has to have a night like that, and then you can kind of see?
I think they're all confident boosters. I don't think there's any doubt. Not only that catch, but he also blocked well in the perimeter. He had a first down catch on the sprint out pass. So, I was just so pleased, and I told John on Sunday that I saw him playing with more energy and more passion than he had earlier in the year.
Marquise made playoff special teams, obviously what DJ has done. Do guys openly campaign to get on the posse or special teams like that when they're playing so well?
Oh, I think they do. They they want extra opportunities. Our special teams have really been the training ground for a lot of our players. I mean, I can remember Michael Griffin starting off on special teams, and they take a lot of pride in it. So yeah, they're going to Dwayne Akina and Bobby Kennedy and saying, hey, I'd like a shot on there, and that's what you want.
How many guys does it take to get Coach Johnson down?
Well, it depends on where you hit him. If you hit him up high, it's going to take several guys because he's a load, and he's really running with a lot of confidence. His weight's down to about 240, I think, right now. He started the season, it was more than that, and so I think he's running with good vision and a lot of power. Thank you, guys.